Hi everyone, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to do some of my favorite things. This is more of the, skincare, some makeup, mostly that, skincare makeup items. Every time I say favorite things, I got that song stuck in my head. You know, brown paper packages tied up with strings. That one. Anyway, let's carry on, shall we? So, I'm going to start with one thing that's more, I guess, of a wellness item. And I may do a whole other video on this if there's interest. So I love me some vitamin C. And just to kind of give you the short story of this, I take this every day. I take a lot of it. And since I've started my specific regimen, because I do have a specific regimen that I take, and it doesn't have to be any special vitamin C. I do take 1,000 milligram pills. But since I've started doing this, I have not been sick since February of 2017, and it's now almost February 2020, so that is 3 years. I know it borderline sounds quackery, but I swear it works. I've got my family doing it too. So vitamin C, absolute favorite thing. And if you're interested in knowing specifically how I use vitamin C to stay healthy, comment below because I want to know if there's an interest in that video. And if so, I'll go over it. But anyway, vitamin C for sure is one of my favorite things. Next up is good old-fashioned witch hazel. And no, I've used it for cleaning my face actually. So I just put some on a cotton ball and I put it over my face after washing, or sometimes in the morning, after a shower, I come out and put one all over my face. I do then rinse with cold water because I actually don't like the smell of witch hazel, but I do think it's pretty gentle. I mean, you can use it on cuts and things too, it says. But I actually use it as a toner, and it's super cheap. You can get the generic brand like I did, like $1, maybe even cheaper. I don't know. I mean, you get fancy kinds, but, and hey, I hear you. If there's a fancy kind in a nice bottle, I totally get it. But this kind is really cheap. Another kind of more skincare, I guess, type item that I use all the time. And these are what these products are, really. I mean, they're favorites, but they're stuff that I use day in, day out, and I love them. Tried and true kind of things. So this cream I do tend to get some like skin, like if there's like an itchy patch on my skin, redness or something like that, or even like behind my ears, sometimes it gets red and itchy. If I put this on after my shower and rub it in, it usually keeps that away. And so I always have this handy. So one of these tubes lasts me a really long time because I don't use very much of it, but use it for specific purposes. I feel like I'm already sharing more than probably, it's like almost like TMI, right? Sorry. Okay. Next up is this Aquaphor lip protectant. And listen, I love a good lip balm. I already did a lipstick declutter video, which I can put down below. I got to remember to do that. But and I know I mentioned in that video that I could do the same decluttering of my lip balms and also my lip glosses, which is true. So, but this is sort of my begin and end the day kind of lip balm. I reach for other stuff throughout the day, but every morning when I'm getting ready, before I do any makeup or anything, I always put some of this on my lips. The older I've gotten, the drier my lips have gotten. So I put this on really first thing when I'm getting ready, let it sink in before I start my makeup. And then I also, at the end of the night, when I take everything off before I get in bed, I put this on my lips just to keep them moisturized throughout the night. So I really like this. It seems to really do a good job. So it's the Aquaphor Lip Protectant. This one has sunscreen. I have another one that doesn't. I mean, I like them both equally well as far as how they feel and how they moisturize. They do a good job. So the Aquaphor. All right, and then moving on to makeup. Let's do lip products first. I have 3 things that these are truly like favorites. And I know if you've watched other videos, you're probably like ad nauseum on these now, but hey, at least I'm consistent. First is Rimmel lipstick in the shade To Nude or Not To Nude, number 125. It's their Moisture Renew lipstick. I honestly don't know if they make this still, and it worries me that I'm going to have to find a new favorite, because I actually ordered my extras on Amazon because I couldn't find it in the store. Like this one is a purple packaging. I don't even see this purple packaging anymore, I don't think. But again, it's just this. This is my kind of used one. I don't know how to describe the shade. I mean, it's nude, but it's nude with like a pearlescent kind of shimmer. And I just like it on my skin tone. I feel like it goes with anything. Because you know, sometimes like if you're wearing, like today I'm wearing a lip color that's more coordinated with my shirt. And you know, if you're wearing like warmer hues, you may stick with a warmer lip color, eye color. And if you're wearing a cooler tone, you know what I mean. But I feel like this goes with anything. And it's just complimentary, I think, on my skin tone. So I love how it feels. It feels as good. I mean, I can put this on when my lips feel dry, and it feels good like a lip balm would. And I don't need any gloss over it, because I love the right kind of gloss on my lips, because I don't like anything too sticky or anything like that. But certain lip glosses, which I'll get to in a minute, do that purpose for me. This, I don't need lip gloss on top of, which is saying a lot. Okay. Speaking of lip glosses, I have two favorites, and these are two very well used and loved lip glosses. First up is Mary Kay's Cream and Sugar. You know, I don't even know if they make this anymore. Honestly, I don't know a Mary Kay person. I'm not too much into that whole brand or anything, but back when I first got this, I just picked it on a whim, and oh my gosh, do I love it. Again, it feels great, and it covers, like, if your lipstick is if you put on a lipstick that's really bold and you want that color and richness, but maybe just not so much pow color, this tones it down perfectly can't explain it, without giving too much warmth or anything. It's just perfect for that. I don't think I wore this by itself all that much. You can even see, like, well, I don't know if you can tell, the inside of the bottle's got like various shades of lip color for me, like putting it in there, because I'm sure the wand has, you know, color on it from other lip products. It does. I use it, and it's empty. I guess I need to figure out how to get another one, because I really did like it. That's Mary Kay's signature Nourish Shine lip gloss in Cream and Sugar. Loved it. So I hope I'm not telling you all stuff that's no longer available. I don't think that's the case. I sure hope not. The other one you probably know is my Milani Amore Shine in Delight, the shade Delight 01. Again, this one I would wear by itself, unlike the other one, because this one has a little bit more color. It has a little bit more of a pinkish nude peach pearlescent kind of quality. And it feels great. And for the same reason I like the Cream and Sugar, this one, it covers anything. Like, I put this over so many lipsticks, and it just makes the color that much better. So I love it, and I like how it looks on me. Today I'm wearing a Bare Minerals lipstick, and I have this on top of it. I like what it does to almost every lipstick, and I like it by itself. And I know this is still available. So it's Milani's Amore Lip Shine in Delight. Love it. Okay. Gonna switch over now to powders. I'm trying to do a little no powder. I don't know, the camera just did something weird. I'm trying to do a little bit of a no powder bit, or scaling back on the powder, to see if that makes a difference in, you know, any cakiness or anything like that. Like, the older I get, especially under eye, I try not to set my under eye. I go back and forth. I read people or watch people on YouTube that are my age or older that do set their under eyes. I just feel like every time I do, it looks even worse. I mean, the lines are there, that they're not going away, but I don't want to accentuate them. But my skin is so oily, I feel like I have to do something. I started out today, I'm kind of trying different foundations to see which ones, how they look without powder. And I think it's a kind of an interesting experiment. I got the idea, I was watching an Allie Glines video. And so like 2 days ago, I tried, what a foundation was it? I think it was the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. And I didn't use, no, sorry. That's not what it was. It was the Rimmel Stay Matte. And I didn't use powder. And I think that was okay. Yesterday, I did Bare Minerals. I know it's a powder, so that seems sort of silly. But I did the Bare Minerals powder foundation, but I didn't put their mineral veil or whatever that powder is on top. I just left it home. And I think that was okay. Today, however, I'm wearing the NYX, their foundation. And I've been way too oily, way too early. I've blotted, so I've ended up tapping on some powder. So just bring you up to speed on my little experiment. And so the powder that I tapped on is one of my favorites, and it's the Rimmel. Look how used this is, and I even accidentally got it wet. Shame on me. But this is the Rimmel Stay Matte like press powder, and I use the transparent 001 shade. I mean, my little lid thing is cracked and everything, but I just dab this on in the T-zone. This is great stuff. I know multiple people think that. I'm not alone here. So, but this is great powder for that, especially if you're oily skin. And as far as, why can't I think? Loose powder. That's what I'm trying to use a little bit less of, but one of my favorites is the Maybelline Fit Me. I have light, shade 15 in light, and even though in a lot of products, I'm more of a beige, you know, maybe leaning towards medium, but light seems to work well for me. I like this better, I'm saying that, than like Laura Mercier setting powder and all that. And I think a lot of it is because those really finely milled ones, to me, they only accentuate my oily skin sometimes. And I think I'm a little too glowy and shiny. And this doesn't do that, and it leaves such a nice finish. So I ended up dusting just the bare minimum a little bit ago over top. You know, I held out on the powder today, but I finally dusted just a little bit. But man, I love this stuff. And it lasts me a long time because I don't use a ton of it, but dusting over just to blend everything out and give a nice finish, it does a great job. I love it. So, and again, I don't really set my under eyes too much, not on purpose anyway. If I'm brushing away fallout eyeshadow, I may get a little bit, but I'm not like packing anything on there. So, but I do love this powder. And then I've already mentioned this foundation multiple times before. My favorite go-to, and it's a drugstore foundation, is the Rimmel Stay Matte. And it is it says it's liquid mousse foundation, lightweight shine control. I find the mousse, I feel like it's kind of heavy and almost full coverage, or could easily be fuller coverage. Not that that's a bad thing. It works great on me. I wear the shade 200 Soft Beige. It's well used, almost used up, but I really like this for for the price and everything as an everyday foundation. It always looks great, and it lasts a really long time. And this did pretty well with my little no powder experiment the other day. It held up pretty well. Okay, let me talk about concealers. And I'm sorry, I keep moving and then it adjusts for the light. When I talk about concealers, I'm talking about concealers for the purpose of actually concealing, hiding something. Because I know, I'm not talking about like the stuff you use under eye. Let me just show you what I'm talking about, my favorite products. And these are kind of old school, especially this one. This is CoverGirl. Look at this thing, like old school. It is the neutralizer shade, and that's the important part. It's one of these roll-up stick foundations that most of you are probably like, what, you use that? I don't use this under my eye. This is not under eye concealers. But the important thing is the shade. It's 730 Neutralizer, the CoverGirl like stick foundation. And the other one is the Bare Minerals Blemish Remedy Powder. And this is equally important, is their little brush that comes with it, the Bare Minerals brush. In fact, I don't know if it's this that I like so much. I think I like this tool. But in combination with this, it's great. So let me explain how I use these and why I think they're so great. Again, I have oily skin, and even at the age of 49 and a half, I still break out and have, breakouts and things that I want to cover. So after I go in with foundation, I will go in with this and like dot on if there's something that I want to cover. And this takes some, I guess, patience. It doesn't take a long time, but with a mirror, I dot on anything that needs a little bit of extra coverage. And the best tool to blend, I literally tap with my finger. And that way, you're not applying a whole bunch more just makeup or foundation. You're tapping right where you need it. And if your finger just can blend it in seamlessly. And I don't know, this shade just blends things. Like if there's some redness, it kind of just melts it away. And then you can top it off with a little powder and you're good to go. I will even like dot this at the base of my nose, tap that in, the corners of my mouth, set things. I don't know. I love it. I love it. I buy it all the time. I mean, look how much I've used. This is like, I need a new one already. But it's the Neutralizer in number 730 CoverGirl. Love that. Patting it with your fingers, it conceals things like, breakouts, things like that. And the other thing that works really well for this is, again, this Bare Minerals. The brush is called Heal and Conceal, and it's their Blemish Remedy foundation powder stuff. So this is a much smaller container than the normal foundation. Even if you don't use the Bare Minerals line, you don't have to need to use this, or you don't need to, but to try this. You don't have to be using, what I'm trying to say is, you don't have to have a full face of Bare Minerals on for this to work. I don't know what it is about this brush. I think it's the firmness of it. I don't really want to touch it with my finger, but I will. It's firm. But man, you can go and dap a little bit of the powder, and this would probably even work with like pressed powder or something, but I really like this because this actually helps heal blemishes too. Same idea as the CoverGirl though. You can go in and just tap, 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 tap and blend it, and it just like, it doesn't melt it, I mean, obviously, but it conceals, and you're not messing with the rest of your face. You're not adding a bunch more product everywhere that doesn't need it, but you are concealing. I will even go in with the touch-ups throughout the day, like the corner of my nose, things that I love this. I love it. I have multiple of these brushes. It's like precision tool at its finest. I'm obviously not even being sponsored by this, but I love this. I can't say enough. I need more of this, and I always have a couple of these because I think when you order one of these, it comes with this. But this brush, man, I mean, it does wonders. I love it. Okay, enough on that. Let me show you a couple eyeshadow palettes that are currently just kind of tried and true for me. I don't know that these are like, I mean, they've been favorites. Obviously, they're very worn, but I do reach for them. I know I like them. They've been great, and they're both drugstore and cheap. So I don't feel bad saying, hey, look at this. So the first one, and I've talked about this, I even did in my very first ever video, which it wasn't so much a tutorial. I guess it was, but kind of a get ready with me. I use this. It's the Milani Everyday Eyes eyeshadow collection, and this one is number 01, Must Have Naturals. Now, I had somebody comment that they could not find this one, so I sure hope they didn't quit making it, but man, I love it, and I'll show you why. I don't know, it's so worn because I've used it so much, but let me just show you what the shades look like. So I think what I like about this is that it's not as, I don't know how well you can tell, but it gives you like the very light, the highlighter, a light color, a sparkly sheer kind of middle tone, and then a darker matte color. It's these that are not, they're not warm, they're not too cool, they're just somewhere in between. So it goes with anything. You can wear, if you don't want the super warm, orangey warm tones, this is not that. And, if you're not feeling super cool tones either, because I'm not always, but maybe I want to do a nice neutral brown eye, because I think that look looks good with blue eyes. It complements them. This just, again, I don't know. It does well. It really does well for my eyes, my skin tone. At least I'd like to think. And again, price point, I don't know what it costs, but it was a great deal, and it gives you some suggestions on how to use the palette. So really like that. And the other one I've really liked, and I liked a lot, and I wouldn't necessarily have known that from looking at it. It's Wet n Wild. It's their Color Icon palette, and it was called Nude Awakening. And again, I'll be honest, it was $7.57 Nude Awakening. I really don't know if it's still available, but let me just show you the shades. And again, this is worn, so you can obviously tell I use it. And I'll be the first to say, if I first saw this, well, obviously I bought it, so it must have appealed to me, but I don't know that these would have jumped out at me, but I use this color all the time. I don't have any other color anywhere in any of my palettes that is like this. I don't know if it's reflected well here. It's kind of like the color of my shirt. It's like that maroon burgundy. I have it on today, even though I'm not wearing the rest of this palette, because I wanted some pink tones today, and in that corner to deepen it up, I knew I wanted that shade. I love it. And the only one I don't really use much is this. There's two transition shades on either end, and this one is more of like a army kind of green. I don't really use that too much, but everything else I use it. It's been really nice, and it's a mixture of, matte and some shimmery, and it's been very complimentary shades, easy to use, and I reach for it a lot. And obviously Wet n Wild, very affordable. Okay, I feel like I'm babbling. Okay, the last thing I want to show you is actually switching up again. It's essential oils. This is, I'm not trying to sell anything. I don't do all that, but I do use essential oils. In fact, that may be another video if you're interested in seeing my essential oil collection, which is ridiculous. And I'm not a one brand person or anything like that. But one thing I do every single day is put some frankincense. I dab frankincense essential oil on me. Why, you ask? Good question. I think I was reading once of the benefits, and so it's just one of those things. I don't know if any of you do that. I don't even know if I don't want to say it's superstition, but it's just I got in the habit, and I feel like it's probably maybe it's good for me, but if it's not, I'm probably not hurting anything. So I dab on frankincense every day, and it just kind of completes my morning routine. I don't know how else to put it. If any of you are like me, or if I've just weirded you out, sorry. And the other thing I wanted to show you with essential oils, and I got a bunch of these one year. They were considered after the holidays kind of thing. So I got them marked way down, I think at Home Goods. But the essential oil roller balls, look at these. These are 3 I have currently. I have more tucked away somewhere that haven't even been opened, but how cute are those? Can you see? These are Potions and Possibilities, it's called, and they're Pulse Point Rollerball Essential Oil Blends. Okay, so like this one, and see, I use one every single day in addition to the frankincense. So yes, I do wear perfume too, so I probably smell like a hodgepodge of things. But I roll this like a pulse point, so right here on my wrists and behind my knees. And so I'm using these up. I pick one every day and put it on. This one is Joyful. This one is De-Stress. And this one is Vitality. I'm trying to show you that, like, see, I've used this one like half up. Same with this one, it's halfway gone. So I just use one every day. I pick which one I'm feeling and put that on. So you can find those. I don't know, I got those at Home Goods, I'm pretty certain, but you can find that kind of thing anywhere. It's just one of those that if they're helpful in some way, why not? And it's just been part of my routine, and I enjoy, fun things like that. And so it's just been it's become part of my routine. All right, I've talked long enough. Those were my favorite things for this go around. These are things I use frequently and I really enjoy and I'm using up. So if you're just finding me here on YouTube, thank you and welcome. And I hope you check out some more of my videos. And I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.